Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here on my home turf, favorite filming spot location, because guess what? I have that one Swedish brand that's trying to make some changes for their SUVs. It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2025 Volvo XC60. This one is an XC60 B5. But before we get into this compact crossover SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Volvo. They've been trying to reinvent their image a little bit, you know, coming off the past, all about safety, very boxy shaped vehicles, to the modern era of this Swedish brand. They're trying to up their game, not only on luxury, but also sportiness. Now, in this segment, there's two hot competitors that Volvo is gunning for. One of them is going to be Audi with the Q5, and the other is another German brand, Porsche, with the Macan. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for that unique blending of style, sportiness, and technology, is the Volvo XC60 the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, this color. It's like a kind of like a dark silverish blue, and it's really working for me. It's interesting because of the overcast. It kind of takes on a different personality compared to when it's sunny out, because it hides all the metallic flake in it. Now, at the front of the business, they do a fabulous job at Volvo with the lighting. Love Thor's hammer, LED turn signal, and daytime running lamp. And then you'll notice the full LED headlights. You have your headlight washers. These pop open and spray water onto the headlight housing. And you'll even see how we have these nice fender flares, color matched, to give it an extra sporty vibe. Now, one of the things I'm gonna have to zonk is this massive fake vent, all gloss black, not digging it whatsoever. I think that if they would have just made this body color, it'd actually look a lot better. Down below, you do have LED fog lamps with your body color matched on that lower corner lip area. But really, this area, like I said, for Volvo, brings a lot of sporty style. Now, as we come across that traditional shape grille with the badging, you got the Volvo name, you got your forward-facing camera, gloss black grille, fully functional. Down below, same story. You'll see the intercooler from behind because we do have a turbocharged intercooled engine. The lower lip of the center section extends out just a tad, and it's all gloss black. But let me know what you think about the front of this compared to an Audi Q5 or a Porsche Macan. Now, as we rise up, nice long sloping hood. I like the way they do these indentations on the sides. The one thing I have to zonk is the overbite. I don't like this style. I know it's there for crash safety, but just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't look right for fit and finish, but that is how it's supposed to look from the factory. Now, as we go wide around the fender flares, our particular one has these 22-inch diamond cut wheels. So 22 inches in diameter, machined aluminum. Love the flat black areas. And if you're wondering what is the size of the tire, 265 on the width, 35 series sidewall. I think one of the things I would have liked to have seen are some upgraded brake calipers, but this does have your standard size caliper and rotor. And of course, we have that adaptive tune suspension all four corners. Aesthetically, that beautiful painted fender flare looks stupendous. And then coming down the side, you have power folding mirrors, gloss black with your LED turn signals and your 360-degree cameras. Up top, we have the roof rails that are really trimmed super close to the roof itself. So that's gonna cut down on wind noise. Gloss black top and bottom around the window frames. Color matched on the door handles, and then color matched all the way down to the ground. That gives it that nice sporty style. Now, coming towards the rear, they do a good job on the quarter window, and then swinging around back, same story. Nice flared fender on the rear of the vehicle, all the way around. And then when we get to the tail end of the business, I love the lighting. Full LED lighting all the way down. You can see the hazards are on. I'm gonna have to zonk this guy. This has gotta go. This is too ginormous. And without this here, it would really make the rear end even look better. Pull this spoiler back just a little bit, tuck that underneath, would give it a nice clean look. the Volvo badge. There's your B5 with all-wheel drive. And like I said, this is an XC60. As we work our way down, you just have a little bit of trim on the bottom that kind of has these little ruffles, ridges, like a potato chip. Speaking of potato chips and ruffles, I would like some French onion dip right about now. But it would have been nice to actually have an exhaust finisher on both sides. Let me know what you think about how they styled this lower bumper area when it comes to the XC60. But like I said, interesting what they've decided to do styling wise. Let's pop the hood and see what's interesting when it comes to power of this crossover SUV. All right, guys, we got the hood popped, and it's crazy just how high that hood goes. I mean, to close it, you literally have to come over here on the side. Gives you a bird's eye view, and Steven can't complain about not having access to what's underneath the hood. You do have a nice Nerf soft engine cover. Believe it or not, the reason why they do that is because of pedestrian safety. God forbid you hit a pedestrian. It's gonna be a little softer with this kind of cover. Turbocharger is right there against the firewall. But what are we talking about when it comes to horsepower? So you're looking at a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine, 247 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and we have the all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, top speed 137 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 4,216 pounds, MPGs 23 in the city, 30 on the highway, and you can tow up to 3,500 pounds with the vehicle. So not the sexiest engine compartment, but trust me, I definitely have seen worse. And if you're living a Nerf life, you have the nice soft Nerf engine cover. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, I'm ready, let's fire up this 4-banger Volvo and see it roll. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Volvo XC60 B5. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've actually been thinking about getting an Audi Q5 or maybe even a Porsche Macan. What is the price, though, on this Volvo? Because for whatever reason, I always forget about Volvos. How much is it, Joe? MSRP, the way this one is optioned with the 22-inch wheels, our color and everything else, you're looking right around $68,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. I love the clean style. Two-tone with the dark black. We got the Bowers & Wilkins premium sound system. Look at those aluminum speaker grille covers. 2 memory seat settings on the passenger side, and then you have that milk chocolate brown on the armrest. No gloss black, tasteful stitching, a door pocket large enough easily for a Clearwater, Florida special Frenchie's grouper sandwich. You could actually get 3 grouper sandwiches in there and a bottle of Mountain Dew to wash it down. Going from the door panel to the dash, the soft touch, the stitching, real wood finish, open pour, baby. And look at how they make sure all of the lines perfectly flow, super clean. Step on in. I love seeing that Bowers & Wilkins center speaker up top. And then you have a 9-inch portrait-style infotainment system. I know 9 inches does not seem like a large screen anymore, but this is really all you need, and I do like the way it's integrated. One of my gripes, though, a big zonk, is that the AC controls, everything is in the screen. That's one zonk, but the bigger zonk is where you speed up the blower fan. It's like 2 is like out of control. And then it slows down a little bit, and then what? But watch, when you go 3, it's like such a big step up. 5, I would be blown away out of the vehicle. So I wish they would have kind of tweaked that a little bit better for the blower fan. You hit the center button here, you got your Google Maps, your Google Assistant, backup camera, nice resolution, just really small. It's like super small being down there. I can hit the 360, look at that. Nice. So it's very intuitive. It's just you got to touch the screen for everything. So just something to think about there with that system. You can go into your different apps, YouTube and all that good stuff. I can even pull this down. You can get different notifications. Or I hit the little gear and we go into driving. This is when you can adjust your mode, go into the off-road mode, the pilot assist and all those other goodies. And then we're right back where we started. Working our way down, you do have a real volume knob. Some buttons for the defroster and your hazards. Love the real wood. Watch this. Whoop. You got a door here. This is where you could put one of those, I would say, candy cigars. It's like bubblegum cigar. And then this one, whoop, 2 cup holders, a 12 volt, and a place for, I would say, 4 atomic fireballs. This is the dark crystal shifter for the 8-speed automatic. Twist this to start and stop your vehicle. Let me close this back. Not very soft on the material, but it is nicely stitched. Open it up, USB-Cs, 2 of them, and you could put, I would say, a bag of Swedish fish, a bag of French fish, and a bag of Spanish fish. Each of those have a different type of viscosity of the gumminess of each of those candies. So just something to think about. Seats, the material, I love the way the headrest is super thin, nice, soft, great bolstering, electric assist for the passenger, electric assist for the driver, and you have massage seats. Up top, you got this ginormous panoramic sunroof with a power shade. But once you come over here to the business end, I want to show you behind the steering wheel with the Volvo badge on it. Come on over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings, easy to get to the seat controls, and you have this Volvo silver aluminum plate on the sill that illuminates LED, but the seat controls are very simple. And what's nice is that I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here, and then you'll notice, let Steven come on in and show them on the screen, how when you make your adjustments on the seats, it actually pulls it up on the screen and I could start my massage. That's really nice. Really digging that. Steering wheel, it's a little bland. The horn button could use a little pizzazz. But other than that, you do have your easy to get to switch gear. It is manual tilting and telescoping on the steering wheel. And then you have that beautiful 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, which you could scroll through a cornucopia of different information, which is great. And that allows you to be able to pull up the maps, whatever you need, tach, speedometer, and there's a head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because I want to take you for a spin in this Volvo. All right, guys, back seat time, and I'm really digging the amount of room, but what I'm also digging even more, look, they put AC vents in the frame rail, which is a nice touch because it's nice and high. Soft material. I don't like the nets on the back because the problem is you put your Ginsu knives back here, it's going to rip right through this. So that's a zonk. I do like the command center because you get 2 more AC vents. We got 3 stages of heated seats, and we have, check it out, dual climate control. That's a nice touch. And it better be back here for $68,000. I just would like to see ventilated seats. Where's my ventilated rear seats? But sitting here, 6 feet tall, feel great. You can adjust the AC vents appropriately. Pull this bad boy down. Nice soft material. You got your 2 cup holders and they're large. You can put, I think you might be able to put a big gulp in there. That's good news. And like I said, the way they did the seats, very nice material with the bolstering. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat. We're in the back seat. Let's get in the cargo area because I want to take you for a spin in this Volvo. All right, guys, cargo area time. Just gonna hit the button right underneath the L for love. I love that it's automatic lift. What you're gonna have is about, I would say, 27 cubic feet of space with the seat up. We have folded the seat down. Look how flat it is. Steven actually brought his balance, scale, weights, and measures to make sure that that's totally flat, and it is. 63.3 cubic feet of space with the seats down. You do have your required Swedish fish cargo net. You catch the fish, the Swedish fish, you put them here. You do also have a 12 volt. And then on the passenger side, this has air suspension, so you could raise and lower. Look at this, I'm lowering the rear end of the vehicle just a little bit. what that's gonna do for you is, check it out. As we kind of stand back a little bit, you could see that if I'm picking something up from ground level, remember, bend with your knees, not with your back, bend with your knees. So if you're going down to pick something up, you don't have as high of a distance to go, or if you need to, you could raise it up. Nice touch. What's underneath the cargo floor? You do get a spare. There's your air ride suspension. Those are the canisters, your batteries in the back, but nice that you have a spare. Why don't we go ahead though? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go for a little spin in this XC60. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Volvo XC60. I'm gonna stop here and we're gonna go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Nice shifts from that 8-speed automatic. And what I like about being behind the wheel is there's great visibility. They really pull the A-pillars far apart. Getting to that 9-inch infotainment system is well within reach. Clear digital gauge readouts with your tachometer and your speedometer. And these seats are super, super comfy, especially because they're massage seats on top of that. But I really feel like the vehicle has just enough power to get out of its own way. And, you know, I guess the downside to that is that it definitely looks sportier on the outside than what the performance numbers portray. But the overall balance of the vehicle is good. You have that all-wheel drive to keep you planted, which is important. And you just have a nice open area experience in here. On throttle. But it does a really great job of getting the power to the ground. And it is a front-wheel drive base setup with power being sent to the rear wheels when grip is needed. But getting out onto the highway, they did an awesome job with the sound deadening material and everything. You know, if you're always complaining about things not being integrated, like the infotainment system screen, they did do an amazing job. Even though it's not a very large screen compared to other competitors out there, they did a great job of integrating it, and all of the fine touches. It feels really good being behind the wheel of this vehicle. Sound deadening material is great. Structural rigidity of the chassis is awesome, but these seats, I'm telling you, are freaking spectacular. The head-up display has just the right amount of information, and with this being a compact crossover, it's actually very, very easy to navigate when it comes to traffic situations. Side mirrors have a great amount of real estate for the mirrors. You got your blind spot monitoring, your adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, emergency brake assist, all those goodies. But the fact that it has such a unique style from the competition, especially the way this one is spec'd. I'm not really a big brown interior type of person, but I don't know, it just works. It just works very well in here. And I'm glad that the wood is just open pore and it doesn't have the veneer finish. The only thing I could say that I would like to see are some different drive modes. You do have an off-road mode, but let's be real. What type of off-roading are you doing? Is it going out onto the soccer field when you drop the kids off for soccer? That's the only thing I could think of. Would be nice to have some type of sport mode just to quicken up the steering just a little bit. But other than that, the driving dynamics are very, very balanced. And the 4-cylinder turbo is not as buzzy as some of the competition. So that's another good sign as well. But I think one of the keys, like I said, is being able to navigate through traffic. It's not too big of an SUV. And it's just very comfortable. I mean, you can't argue with how comfortable this vehicle is to sit behind the wheel. Suspension has a nice balance of sport, but not too tough to where it's going to shake the fillings out of your teeth. So I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with what this Volvo XC60 B5 is bringing to the table. But I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this overall review of this Volvo. We're going to get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day. So many ways here on Radius Rides. Definitely want to thank everybody at Volvo, especially Tyler, for getting us access to this XC60 B5. Let me know what you think. Simplistic in its power plant. Don't have to worry about plug-in. Don't have to worry about it being an EV. Has the sporty style and an interior that's very tasteful. But is it better than a Porsche Macan or an Audi Q5? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rides family. Got to give it up to the man in blue, Stephen Flood, working that camera like a champ. Show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.